Yo, what's good, y'all? You dub back here again, here in 2019. Let's get it, y'all. No, bringing y'all more new, fresh content. Now, this video, been thinking about for the last, since last night, out and about, and, you know, as my mind does, it fluidly goes into thoughts on matters. And I realized years ago, but it's, more so formulated into a bunch of stuff, right? That a lot of people really don't understand hockey. And I can say that with confidence. I hear mess about ass pulls and I don't understand the powers and this character shouldn't roll this fast and this character. Nonsense. It's all nonsense. Now, I'm going to get into hockey. Now, there's been so many videos. I've done videos on hockey. Tacky 101's done videos on hockey. King of Lightning's done videos on hockey. You've had Sawyer 7 Mage, Barago DH. A lot of people, Feral Space, a lot of people have done videos on hockey, right? This isn't going to be so more focused on the One Piece discussion as I'm going to present it in comparison with other power systems. Like, now sit back, relax, drink a beer. More beer. Like, this is Stone Cold Steve Austin. Maybe you're driving to work, it's more of a podcast or, cooking or whatever. That's what some people tell me they do. They put my videos on when they're doing some stuff, which is cool. I mean, I'll be walking around town and listening to different ones and whatnot. And the thing about it is, like I say, like 10 different power systems and compare it. Because a lot of people bring in these preconceived notions, especially from Dragon Ball, Naruto, Bleach, Yu Yu Hakusho, is they bring in those power systems, or Hunter x Hunter. They like that, and then they try to apply the same logic to One Piece, and they're like, I don't understand. Why doesn't it not work like I expected to? Why is it not just ABC 1, 2, 3? First off, what is hockey, ladies and gentlemen? Hockey translates to willpower. Willpower. Now, why is that important? Before we get into the three types of hockey and whatever, but why is that important? We know that not everybody has the same level of will. And if you want to translate will in this case to ambition, especially in the case of Conqueror's hockey, it makes perfect sense as to why even some younger characters can have way more willpower than some older characters. You've met the kind of guy on the street who's a broken man. In fact, we see here even in the Wano arc, if you caught up with the manga, where Kaido's I was about to say sweet commanders, his commanders, his calamities, his all-stars are trying to break the wills of folks. Trying to break Luffy's will, trying to break Kid's will, trying to break Killer's will. So on and so forth. We see with the samurai and such, their wills were broken. Okay, your hockey is lessened, right? And here's the thing, people have given up on ambitions. You can say, oh, people now, Gecko Mori and Sir Crocodile, I guarantee they have hockey usage. Guarantee you. First of all, Sir Crocodile, I can excuse his lesser hockey usage because he's so damn good. He's one of the greatest Devil Fruit users we've seen in the series, so he doesn't have to focus on hockey as much. But he can use it. Gecko Moria, his will had somewhat been broken by Kaido, so his hockey game ain't gonna be as good. This is factual based on the evidence presented by Oda. Okay. Not only that, you can just have powerful ambition, powerful drive. You look at somebody like Straw Hat Monkey D. Luffy. This dude out the gate had a massive goal. I'm going to be king of the pirates. And he was naive, but he somewhat knew what that entailed. From the jump, he knew what that entailed. He knew he was going to be dealing with some of those powerful, ruthless, savage folks on these seas. Some of these folks who run this shit, right? And he said, I'm going to be the freest man on the sea. I'm going to be above everybody. That's my goal. And I'm willing to die for it. How many people are willing to put their lives on the line for a singular goal? He said, I'll die with a smile. He'll happily die. Well, sometimes he I ain't dying today. Against Katakuri, it ain't going to happen. And his willpower, multiple times we see it. How he was able to take down people that he shouldn't have been able to take down. Sir Crocodile, way more powerful in a different league than Luffy at the time. But Luffy's willpower And he got enough cracks at him. Should have died twice. Almost died thrice. But still, in that last fight, it was his willpower against Rob Lucci, formerly superior. He was able to close the gap and then surpass Rob Lucci by the time of their fight because of his willpower. You look at him, surviving the poison of Magellan, willpower. That's what Ivankov said. It ain't just the hormones. The fact that he was able to go so long in Marine Ford, willpower. Versus Joker, willpower. Now, he was superior slightly, but it was his willpower that overcame Joker. Against Lord Crockett, was it war of attrition, but willpower. Against Katakuri, who was the superior combatant, willpower, as well as greater destructive power, greater durability, greater stamina. The point being, willpower. We've seen this time and time again. It makes perfect sense for Luffy. He struggles, but he keeps going and he keeps coming. Even versus Kaido, when he got that one-shot treatment. What got him unconsciously? His Conqueror's Haki was doing his thing. Kind of like, whoa. We gotta watch out for this guy. He's an annoying Conqueror's Haki user. Even Joker warned him. He's like, watch out for him. He's a Conqueror's Haki user. The admirals were concerned when they saw him utilize the Conqueror's Haki at Marineford. Then let's transition over to Zoro. Right? Dude out here didn't eat for like a month. Right? Because of willpower, fam. Same young man we see versus, the buggy pirates. And we see in Surf Village, right? But we really see it shine versus Hawkeyes. This young man who's going for the world's greatest swordsman, the world's strongest swordsman, sees his end goal. He sees it. He faces the best of the best. And the best of the best recognizes his will. He recognizes his ambition. He's like, you know what? I'm going to respect you, but I'm not going to cut you completely down. He could have easily killed him right then and there. But Hawkeyes took note and took interest in this young man and put respect on his name. We seen the willpower in Arlong Park, in Kokiyoshi Village. We seen the willpower versus Daz Bones. We see his willpower when he stood up to Luffy in Whiskey Peak. We saw before that, we saw his willpower on Skypiea. We saw his willpower, and then we saw Ashura Unleashed versus Kaku in his lobby. They face utter defeat on Sabaody. Right? Oh, how you forget about Thriller Bark, Ryuma, but then willing and pride on the line. He put his pride on the line and was willing to sacrifice everything for his principles, his loyalty. He said, Luffy, you get in the way, I'm going to be out of here. But he matured so much and he grew such a bond with his friend, his brother, that he was willing to put his life on the line for Luffy. Just like Luffy's willing, he put his life on the line for his crew, for his Nakama. And this man was so manly, just took all the pain of Luffy, both figuratively and literally, and just stood there like a boss all night. What happened? Nothing. And then Sanji was respected. Now, the brotherly rival, the man who he bickers with, respected that and played it cool. Nothing happened here. And then after the other defeat, this prideful man with the grand ambition, willing to humble himself down for Hawkeyes. And how is a man like you who wants to surpass me? How you just go bow down for me and ask for my help? He said, my ambitions are tied to this man. Please teach me so that I can help elevate him. And even Hawkeyes, Dracula Hawkeyes, Mihawk, had to respect this man. I mean, I could go into other characters. But the point being that Haki willpower is, being that a power that's not so tangible, being that a power that is so internal and it comes within that you can't break down and quantify. Can't do it with Haki. So what happens when you have a power like that? Well, then you'll have some individuals rise. Luffy, Zoro, X Drake, Law to a lesser degree, Kid at a young age, right? Then before them, you had Shanks and Mihawk, young rise up. You see Teach all of a sudden, bam, he rose up. You see? Here's the thing, man. Let's take Dragon Ball and Ki. Ki is, even though it's internal, it's the power, but there's Ki also around. There's natural Ki, there's spiritual Ki, there's one's own Ki. So there's like three different types of Ki. You can have Genki, you can heal and do a lot of things with it, right? And it is spiritual energy to where you focus, you can build up your body, yes, but you can do a hell of a lot more with Ki. And the focus, the right mindedness, as Toriyama talks about and such. The thing is, Ki is more of a tangible matter, Dragon Ball case, than Haki. You can't touch Haki, right? Ki is the energy around you. Haki ain't. So that's one huge difference, right? Haki, you look at it, it's like, well, you have observation, perception, you have armament, you have Conqueror's Haki. Conqueror's Haki is not even for everybody. Armament's Haki, it's invisible armor. Everyone has Haki, right? Everybody willpower, every living creature has Haki. And you also have Haki escape your body. Seemingly close to Nen, but it's not. Nen is literally within each living creature. And it has to be, it's more based on the anatomy and as well as a mental spiritual connection. But it's attached. The same thing with chakra and Naruto. It's connected with the anatomy and the chakra flow. The bending in Avatar and the chakra flow, the same thing. Chi with Iron Fist, again, it's both spiritual, but it's as well as it's dealing with the physiology. See what I'm saying? The oh my goodness, the Kagune with the ghouls is a physical attribute. All these powers and abilities, right, are all connected to the physicality. Haki is not. That's why you can have, even the Force in One Piece. I mean, in Star Wars, as opposed to One Piece, right? Watch this. So the Force in Star Wars deals with the midichlorians, and the midichlorians act like mediums, all right, conduits for the extra dimensional power that is the Force to interact with Force sensitive beings. Not all humanoid creatures in the Star Wars galaxy, Star Wars universe, can even utilize the Force. See, and so there is that. Gourmet cells are also like a physical manifestation of appetite energy. So they play both in the metaphysical as well as in the physical world. Haki doesn't play like that. Haki doesn't have such a direct physical connection. So how does that impact? You can't just say, oh, this person's stronger, this person's stronger. You have Shanks, a one-armed man, not lose any power. How do you lose a limb and not lose power? In what world does that work? One Piece, because you have immense willpower, fam. You have people in old age not dropping a drop, not taking a step back except for a little bit of physicality. Someone like the Dark King Silver's Rayleigh swam the calm belt, ladies and gentlemen. He swam the damn calm belt. You have people out here that's blitzing through light speed like it's water because of their perception, because of their will. You have people out here cutting anything or not cutting because they will it. That's the ultimate mind over matter. You have people out here punching through stuff that they shouldn't do because they will it. Really think about it, because they will it. Oda took the concept of willpower and ran with it, but not in some liberal, just quasi broken, universal cracking, reality warping way. No, he did it in a tangible, grounded manner that even a child could understand. But at the same time, it's levels and layers of complexity. It's incredible. It's one of the most fascinating power systems ever. When it comes to Nen might be the most specifically, like, most intriguing for a lot of people, and I don't blame them because Nen is incredible. But when it comes to sheer depth from a philosophical standpoint, probably got to go with Haki. Every other one are pretty easy, or a lot easier to understand. That's why when even though certain manga could have, or certain writers in comics, they don't really explain too much, but we get a general sense. Like the Speed Force still isn't fully explained in comics, but we get a general sense of what it is. Hockey, people like Oda, can you please explain more? Because it's the manifestation and the ways that it's applied in a variety of ways. And that again goes back to the individual. Usopp sees the world differently as a sniper, and thus his observation Haki is different. Katakuri has future sight in a way that he like watches it like a film. Luffy perceives emotions, he perceives things coming, he senses the presence, the intent, and he has future sight in that way. It's all under observation Haki. Armaments Haki, you have it to where you can harden it. You have it to where with Rio, the advance where you can kind of ish project it. You have it to where on the blade, you have it to where you can place it on inanimate objects and such and enhance them. You place your willpower on them. Think about that. You can transfer your will, your ambition to a weapon. It's pretty insane if you really think about it. It's pretty insane. You can have people, regular people, or relatively regular people, do superhuman things because they will it. It's one of the most intriguing and in-depth power systems out there. And to try to do it like, okay, Dragon Ball, if you have a higher key level, you're gonna win. You can't do that. Because, let's say you have a beast ass devil fruit, but the grand hockey user will more than likely win versus the beast ass devil fruit user. Want to question that? Dark King Silver's Rayleigh, Shanks. Zoro beats a lot of people because of who he is. No powers, just straight hands and blades. Hawkeyes, same way. No overwhelming power, no overwhelming devil fruit, relatively regular physique for a man, but to be able to be one of the most powerful characters in the entire world because they have immense will and ambition to lead him to greatness. And it does really apply to a lesson in life. You look at the people who are very successful, whether in athletics, in business, commerce, uh, in the academia, almost all of them, incredible, extraordinary will. And it separates them from the next guy. Yeah, they might have the natural talent and potential, but they have the will. We call it the heart of the champion. Rocky talked about the eye of the tiger. Um, you know, they're willing to do what other people aren't willing to do. And they have the belief in themselves that they can actually do it. And it's not a delusional belief. They put the hard work behind it. Hard work and belief can pay off. And even if they deal with losses, like Luffy, he takes a lot of L's. Kaido is known for having 7 L's and 18 captures, right? They still keep grinding. They still keep going. Roger survived death and tragedy multiple times, many, many times. And they kept going. They didn't let things stop them. You know, Law had willpower at a young age to get himself out of that crazy situation from his homeland. Joker had crazy willpower. And the list goes on and on. Unexpected Wonder, like, comment, subscribe. Tell me your thoughts on this. Tell me your thoughts on hockey. How do you like the concept? How well do you understand the concept? We still need more on definitely on Conqueror's hockey, but I hope that people really appreciate what Oda is really portraying. It is one of the most intriguing, if not the most intriguing, power systems. The more we get it explained, like years ago, I wouldn't be saying this. I'd be saying probably Nin or something else, right? But now, hockey is so layered that it makes power scaling a damn nightmare for life. Like we know that others are powerful because of certain things, but like matchups matter so much in One Piece, even more than Bleach. Bleach you could say higher Reatu, but with One Piece, because of hockey, Someone could take down someone that you don't think they could because of their hockey game. That's just the way it is, ladies and gents. All right, y'all. Have a beautiful day, beautiful night. Peace.